Come on in. This one is for 219 in the building, baby.
Shorty, you know it's your world.
Let's go, let's go.
Let them know we up here. All this money up here. All these killers up here. All these baddies up in here. So I'm trying to be my city. All the bitches, they be pretty. And they don't know to the end.
Hey.
219. Do it for the 219.
Back. We back.
219.
Yeah, baby. Do it for the 219, baby.
Do it for the 219.
Come on in.
Do it for the 219. Do it for the 219.
Yeah, we got to play that song one more time. That mug slapping. That mug slap. Oh, let it slap. Let it slap. 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 Let it slap. Slap. Let it slap. Slap. Let it slap. Oh, we're gonna do it one more time, y'all. Slap, slap. Oh, stop the music real quick. All right, okay. Let it slap. We're gonna do it one more time. Here we go.
You don't see nothing wrong with that. This one is for all my girls. Shorty, you know it's your world. Let them know we up here. All this money up here. All these killers up here. All these baddies up in here. So I'm trying to be my city. All the bitches, they be pretty. And they don't know to the end. 219. Do it for the 219. 219. 219. Do it for the 219.
Do it for the 219, baby. Let's go. I ain't playing with you tonight.
Do it for the 219.
Do it for the 219. 219. Anytime. Do it for the 219. Shout out to Wayne Blaze, man. Doing this thing. Shout out to Wayne Blaze.
Do it for the 219. Do it for the 219.
Man, shout out to Wayne Blaze, man. Doing his thing. Yeah, buddy. Oh man, y'all in for a treat tonight. Hold on, let me get these clips. Let me get these clips ready for you. Let me get them ready for ya. And somebody call in, man. The phone line seem to be jammed up. I don't know why. But ain't that gonna stop the show tonight. Ain't that gonna stop the show. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Let's go.
You are now tuned into BZNZ Internet Talk Radio, where the relationship talk is a conversation that never sleeps and the payoff is never cheap.
Yeah. I'm here. Yeah. Where the payoff is never cheap. Shout out to my girl. Man, I keep forgetting her name though. I don't want to say her real name. Oh, T Quest. That's it. DJ T Quest in the building. T Drizzle. Shout out to DJ T Drizzle in the building. Man, I see peeps in the building too. Oh man, I see family in the building. Okay, I see y'all. It's gonna go a little different tonight. What we gonna do tonight? I'm gonna spew out first. I'm gonna let this volcano erupt. Then I'll bring people in. John, quit eating, man. Can't be smacking on the show, John. I can't hear you, John. I'm just talking best. When I add y'all to the screen, I'll be able to hear y'all then. Hey, somebody call the phone line and let me know if it's working, because I've been calling it. Ain't nothing been going down. Like, man, what's up with the phone lines? What's up with the phone line? With my BZNZ phone line. I don't know what's up with it. Well. Anywho, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen, to the BZNZ Internet Talk Radio Show, where I am indeed Your gracious host, Tyron Joe, man. And I'm excited, as always, to be here with you on a Thursday night. Also, welcome to Black History Month. Uh, yes, welcome to Black History Month, 2021. Man, I wished I had my boy Paul Best video. Man, I like that video. He said this is a message. He said this is a message from black people worldwide. He said white people pronounce. He said say this 3 times after me. Do not ask black people for research. Do not ask black people for Black History resources. Do not ask black people for Black History resources. Do not ask black people for Black history resources. I will do my own research because I need to learn it anyway. Thank you. Bye. Oh, my boy Paul Best. Oh man. Oh man. Let me see if I could play this video clip real quick. We're gonna see this video clip play. We got the show prepared. You know what I'm saying? We trying to make this show do what it do, y'all. We trying to make it do what it do. That boy John look like he eat roasted chicken. That mother look like it's a roasted chicken. All right, okay, maybe not, maybe not. I don't know what's up with the video. Let's see if this video go play, man. Hold on 1 second. Let's see what we got going on over here. Hope y'all can hear this. Uh-oh. Oh, what we got? 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 Let me do this real quick. All right. Let's see. Can y'all hear this? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Tyron Joe here, host of the BZNZ Internet Talk Radio Show. We come on every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Starting this week, we'll be coming on YouTube and Facebook when Facebook is not hating. Happy Black History Month, ladies and gentlemen. We have something special for you this week to kick off Black History Month, and that is a show topic to blow your mind, and that is what she won't do. God has one that will. Yeah, I believe I can repeat that and say that one more. We're gonna say that one more again. What she won't do, God got one that will. And we're talking about the meaning, the definition of the word submission, and submitting to your man, and the man submitting to God. Many of my listeners are Bible students. They go to church, and so we want to be able to meet you where you are. And we're going to talk a little bit about the scriptures, since lots of people say they love the Lord, and lots of people say that they believe in the Lord, and they believe in God. But it's always something about when you get on the title and the topic of submission, where there's lots of resistance. And as I was speaking to someone the other day, I was letting them know that I really truly believe here in the year 2021, God has elevated me. God has given me the assignment to deal with the relationships between the black man and the black woman. BZNZ has been operating since 2016, and from 2016 to now, we've had plenty conversations about relationships. But this year, 2021, We're going to take those conversations up a notch because it is imperative that the black man and woman really elevate their relationship. We got to take our relationship to a whole nother level because if we do not, guess what's going to happen? We are going to really be an extinct race. This is no lie. We will cease to exist no more. We are not going to exist if we continue this behavior. Willie Lynch came to the banks of the Jamestown River 400 years ago, and he said all that to the slave owners and the slave masters. And he said, if you implement this right, this can last for years. Well, he didn't lie because the same negativity that's going on between that Willie Lynch planted in the minds of the slave holders and the slaves is still going on today. And it is time now that we take a stand and we say no more. This will not happen no more. Shout out to the couples because I don't want to just make this seem like only that black couples, that all black couples don't have it together. But shout out to the black couples that I know that are doing their thing, and I know that love each other, respect each other, and I mean seriously living that king and queen lifestyle. I know a few. I know a few. Really, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I know quite a few, and I want to salute them and give them their props. But for you, the rest that want to learn, that want to grow, come with an open heart, come with an open mind. This Thursday, I want you to be my special guest. And once you come like that, just watch how your cup will be filled. Thank you all for your generosity and support. Peace. Be blessed. Welcome once again to Black History Month 2020. Let us real quick go in for a word of silence. We lost one of our mothers of the black community about a week ago, Miss Cicely Tyson. Rest with the ancestors, Queen. Let us have a moment of silence. All right, all right. Let's bring John in. Is John ready to come in?
What's popping? What's popping?
Man, what's going on, man?
What's going on? BZNZ, we in the building.
You through eating, bro?
Yeah, I had a little late afternoon work, a Whopper with cheese. You know what I mean? So
I
I
said
had to
you
get
was
that in
going to
there.
town. You was going to town to that bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got off of work, John?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
I see you drinking that water.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, you gotta drink that water, man. Cause our ladies need us to be King Kong, man.
I know that's right.
They need us to be King Kong in the bedroom. We can't let them down. We can't let them
Can't
down.
let them down.
For real. That's
Can't
the
let
thing.
them down.
You know what I'm saying? Women be talking about I go ham too much on the women, but like no, I keeps it real with the men because look at the times we living in. We are living in a time where you got J-Lo singing the national anthem at the Bozo send off and the Bozo welcome. You know what I'm saying? She up there singing the national anthem. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Times
that's
is
what you
rough
named it,
for
the
her.
Bozo send off.
The Bozo send off and the Bozo welcome. I'm
And the
just
Bozo welcome.
that's what it is. You sending one off and we putting one in. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I need somebody to call these phone lines. Okay, let's see. I see Mr. Cappy in there. Let's see if he can hear us. Let me see. Mr. Cappy.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, great, man. I
Good
was wondering what's going on with the phone lines. All right, the phone lines working. How you doing, sir? You all right?
I won't complain. I have zero complaints. How's everybody? I hope everybody is fine.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm
I
trying to
just
stay out of the
tuned in
snow.
again.
I'm trying to stay out of the snow.
Let me listen.
Okay, I'll come back to you in a minute. All right, what D at? I know D was watching. D, if you watching, the phone lines is open. Phone lines are open. I want to ask. I want to get John's opinion about something before we get started because I got another video clip I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna play. So, but John, tell me. Oh, thank you, Queen. I see you, Queen. You said you was about to call. Appreciate it. Tell me, man, what you think about the situation with the big white boy that smacked the black girl. He told her to bow down. He wanted her to bow down. It's been in the news.
When was this?
I think this happened like last week or the week before. Big the white corn-fed boy. He played for the Seahawks.
Oh, he beat up his girl, ain't it?
Yeah, he told her to bow down.
Was this his girlfriend or his wife?
Girlfriend, it's a black woman.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, I don't want to say that's her fault, bro, but if you don't have sense of, you got to know people's background. Like, I don't know how long she's been with that guy, but if you don't know to not be with somebody that's going to not put their hands on you, it's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Right. Uh not only that, it's just that it's a true testament that what I'm saying, you really don't know a person until you get with a person.
Exactly.
You may think you know them because y'all just spent about 5 or 6 months together, but now you living with them and you seeing a whole nother side of them. And I think that's one of our problems today.
And I also think that's why family is so very, very important. You know what I mean? People that you're in a relationship with need to also know that you got other people in your corner that love you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, had she been my sister and went through that, she probably wouldn't have went through that because he knows that she has a brother and I'm coming looking for you. We
And
got a problem, bro.
and our brother got a gun.
Yeah, we got a big problem. We need to have a chat because you have fucked up, you know? And it needs to be, talked about by any means necessary because you've done the wrong thing and put your hands on my sister. You know what I mean? But when a person feels like they have no repercussions to what they do, oh, it's all the problem. Let me smack her around.
And that's the thing, is thing is a lot of people think that I be disrespectful to our black sisters, but no, I'm really trying to educate them and build them up because I'm starting to see different races and different nationalities really disrespect our sisters. Like that big white boy, he ain't the only one. Like a few years back, you had the Asians smacking our black woman around and hitting them. Like this one Asian dude sat on top of this black woman because he said that she was stealing something, but he messed her up pretty bad till she had to go to the hospital. Then there was another Asian guy. They called head on camera where he was punching a black woman. You know what I'm saying? He whooping up on the black woman. Now there was this one time I seen on Facebook, and I was really relieved because it was an Asian guy trying to fight these two black girls, and they was some girls that you like, okay, they from Gary. You know what I'm saying? These from Gary. So dude he was trying to smack him and hit him, but it was two against one. And then it was this big black dude that was there, and so he tried to chase after him, and the black dude caught him and was holding him. While he was holding him, the chicks came up and sucker punched him. Boom, boom. By the time they got through him, like half his shirt was ripped off when he first started. By the time they got through him, his shirt was off. They had him all scratched up and everything. And he just gave up and was like, all right, okay.
Mhm.
He got after that. He could whoop them, and I was like, that's what we need more of. You know what I'm saying? Because thing
Mhm.
is,
Mhm.
like the clip that I just played, if we do not for real, if we don't get a hold of ourselves, we will be extinct. You know what I'm saying? They talking about white people gonna be extinct in the 40s. in the 40s. But no, if we as black people don't get it together with one another with the subject of unity, we gone. It's a route.
Yeah, that goes without saying. We gotta have some unity. We gotta have some togetherness. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? It's been, if I could quote Dave Chappelle, he said, "Everybody in America is racist, and everybody in China is Chinese." So you know what I mean? We've got to come together at some point. You know what I mean? And when we talk about black unity, people get it misconstrued. We're not talking about, you know, well, me personally, I'm not talking about black, just like fuck everybody else, but we've been separated from each other for so long. We've got to have a mindset to step in and protect each other. You know what I mean? At some point, you know, and that can include any race and any other people as well. But we've been divided, and it's been a plan put in to divide us so much, whether it be the household, whether it be relationships as a whole. We got to have some togetherness.
I'm gonna tell you what a woman told me when I we was talking about J Lo singing at the Bozo welcome and send off, and she wrote on my page. She said we can't have black everything, and I was like, what? I'm like, we can't have black everything, but that can be Euro everything.
Right.
Then you go to certain parts of certain cities, there's Latino everything. You go to other certain parts of the city, there's Asian everything, but
Hmm.
we can't have black everything.
Right.
I'm just saying, just listen to the minds of the people, man. If you just sit sometime and don't say nothing to them and just let people talk, you will see how, like, man, where have we gone and where are we going? Where do we come from?
Right. Well, if you don't know yourself, how can you know where you're going? You know what I mean? If you don't know where you came from. So that's one thing. It's just sad. The rabbit hole goes very deep. You know what I'm saying? From
Mm-hmm.
religion to history, all
Right.
across the board, and it affects us to this day, whether we know it or not. You know what I mean? And a lot of part is it could be just your upbringing, your personal upbringing, but at the same time, when knowledge is dropped on you, you got to receive it.
Most definitely.
And and we as and I hate to say this, but I see it in black women a lot. When they get to a certain age, you ever heard a young girl who's not grown say, "I'm grown"? You know what I'm saying? It's like this rush to be grown, this rush to be an adult, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the foundation to be an adult yet, but you want to be out in this adult world. So then you get a man realizing, other than sex, you don't know how to deal with this man. You know what I mean? So you either submit and learn from this man, or you keep going about doing your own thing
Right.
from the sources that you have, which could be a family full of women. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So,
ah, family full of women, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Uh, I know so many women. Like I dated this one girl, and like all it was nothing but girls. Her mama didn't have no boys, and it was really bad, man, because me and her, we would talk about certain things. We would talk about certain intimate things. We in the bed having all kind of conversations, and then there'd be these days where she'd come back and tell me what her mama said about what we talked about, and I had to think. I'm like, hold on, man, you was in the bed talking about this. Why did your mama know what we was talking about?
in the bed.
Right. And so, I made her mad. She cussed me out because I was like, well, I tell you what, How about you invite your mama to the bed and all three of us had a conversation? I mean, serious. I'm like, wait, hey, I'm like, well, I mean, at least she can hear it from my mouth versus hearing it from you. She come and get in
Right,
bed and we all talk about it.
right.
How about that?
And I can understand how she could take offense to that, but at the same time, I know what you're saying. Basically, baby, what we talk about in the bedroom is not to be discussed by anybody else. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Why are you going around saying all this craziness? You know what I'm saying? Why you saying all of this to your mom? Well, my mama said this. I'm like, you know, the thing is, that was really I was being respectful when I said that, because if I really wanted to get with her, I was like, well, this ain't got nothing to do with your mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I really want to get with you, I was like, you know what? This ain't got nothing to do with your mom. All right. I don't really care what mom's got to say. She really would have been mad, but it's the truth though. It's the truth.
Right.
Why you go back telling your mama what you did? Then you know, she was the youngest too. She was the youngest out of the girls. So she go back tell her older sisters. Well, my older sister said that. And I was like, also, your older sister is divorced. I mean, you got to think. I mean, for real, her mama was divorced too. So I'm like, look, man, think about where you getting your information and knowledge from. You getting it from women that's divorced, women that's bitter, women that cannot get a man right now. Okay, they can't get one.
Yeah, and that's really important. You got to watch where you get your sources from. You know, I got friends and family members. I got family members who I might take your word as gold, but in certain situations, I might not listen to a damn word you're saying because I know your history. Not saying that I'm better than you or you better than me,
Come on,
but I know the mistakes that you have made. So,
right?
like, come on, bruh.
Yeah, you not operating with a full deck right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got some more. You got some more to go through before I can sit and really listen to you and take some from you.
Of course. Yeah. You got to show me where your success line is.
Well, John, we ain't gonna hold the show up no longer because I know everybody want to get into this topic. I got a video I'm gonna play, and then we'll be right back.
Okay, you dip off. I got some people I want to call and see can I get them to call on the show.
I bet.
Okay.
Require that this man understand that when I'm around, I want to be soft. I want to be soft spoken.
Oh yeah, play that.
Play what?
Whatever that clip was you was just playing. I want to hear that.
Require that this man understand that when I'm
I
around,
can't hear
I
nothing.
want to be soft. I want to be soft spoken.
That's all it.
Require that this man understand that when I'm around, I
Can
want to
you
be
hear it?
soft. I want to be soft spoken. I want to be, loved on. I want to feel wanted. I want to be in a situation where I'm going to respect you.
Yeah, I can hear it.
No, I can't hear nothing. Hold on. Let me.
I can hear it and I can see it.
All right, okay.
Require that this man understand that when I'm
Oh, there you go.
around, I want to be soft. I want to be soft spoken. Require that this man understand that when I'm around, I want to be soft. I want to be soft spoken. Require that this man understand that when I'm around, I want to be soft. I want to be soft spoken. Require that this man understand that when I'm around, I want to be soft. I want to be soft spoken. Require that this man understand that when I'm around, I want to be soft. I want to be soft-spoken. I want to be, you know, loved on. I want to feel wanted. I want to be in a situation where I'm going to respect you in exchange for you understanding that, like, I'm the woman. You the man. I'm the woman. Y'all understand what I'm explaining so far? Is it making sense to y'all so far? Is it making sense to y'all? Y'all clear on this? Now, I'm telling y'all, if you don't respect the nigga, you're not going to be able to do this. And if you have not worked on yourself and got an understanding with you as a woman that I want to be, because some of y'all want to be niggas. You want to be thugs. You want to be a nigga brother, a nigga homeboy, maybe they mama, sometimes they daddy. Like, you want to be able to talk to a nigga how you be talking to kids or how you talk to your homegirls in the streets. And that is not what I'm talking about. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? Like, you got to already have in your mind that I want to be a female. Y'all clear on this shit? All right, cool. So now when you submitting to your man, this don't mean you just listen to everything a nigga say. It means that you give a nigga fruit in the most organic form. And y'all know when I say give fruit, that means I'm cautious and I'm paying attention to what I'm handing you. When you shop for fruit, you can't shop for that shit like canned goods. You got to actually look at the pack, look at the fruit, make sure the apples don't got no brown spots on the backside, make sure the bananas ain't beat up too much, make sure the strawberries don't got no fuzz on the ones at the bottom, like, cause the top might look. You got to pay attention to what you giving a nigga. So when you speak to him, how you move, how you carry yourself in his presence, all that stuff matter. Now I know that some of you hoes gonna feel like, well, what about them, love? Well, what if the nigga ain't doing this with you? Listen. If you with that type of nigga, that is not the nigga that's bringing out submissiveness in you. A lot of this shit I'm saying, it come natural. It don't really require you to think on it. If you with a nigga and it's really like a hard, complicated process for you to just be what you were born, which is a woman, that's not the nigga for you. And the problem is, like the live I did the other day, y'all forcing it. You're forcing these relationships. You're trying to force it to work. You're trying to force this nigga to be compatible with you because you can't even sit around him and just be a woman. The stuff I'm talking about, it's easy when you with a man, a grown man that fit the type of woman that you are. Minding your mouth become easy. Being aware that, okay, I'm mad at the nigga, but you know what? Let me think before I even start saying something. Let me gather my shit together. Like, nobody ain't got to come tell you this. You already know, like, I don't want to upset this man because he's a good man. But you know what? I ain't finna let this shit go on that he got going on. I'm going to say, but let me just figure out what, okay, I'm going to say, you know, I'm going to start off like this is shit that come natural when it's a nigga you value, when it's a nigga you respect. Y'all problem is right now, for those of y'all that keep writing me saying, how do I control my emotions? How do I submit to my man? Your problem is you don't respect that man. Some of y'all, you don't really know what the definition of respect is, because like I said earlier in this live, you was raised wrong. Your mama didn't teach you. Like, when you respect somebody, it's an all the way around the board thing. It's not a switch you turn off and turn on. It's on all the time. So even when you mad at your man, it's still respect there. Even when y'all beefing, it's still respect there. Even when you feel like, okay, like, you know, something is off, you come at them with respect. And I'm going to tell y'all another thing. If you don't practice this in your relationship, if you feel like, oh, fuck what love talking about, I ain't on that shit, cool. When a man don't feel like a man, he will act like a boy. He will act like a bitch. He will become messy and toxic the same way hoes be. This is when you see niggas running around acting like bitches. When a man is in a situation where this hoe come at me to the point where if he stay, he gonna act just like this shit I named. Now, you got your mature men that they gonna leave your ass alone, bitch. You ain't gonna even be around long enough. Like, and I'm telling y'all what I know, because when I was younger, I learned shit like this from working like in the barbershop around older niggas. Like, they used to tell me, you know, when I done said too much, not said enough. It's like, I learned at a young age, when you dealing with a grown ass man, Like a man that you don't got to help him with his basics. Y'all know the basics is transportation, shelter, money in his pocket, having his responsibilities cared for. Like a nigga that got his own credit, nigga that, you know, find his own way, solve his own problems without running to a bitch for everything. A nigga that like, he's a man, girl. He step in his shoes and he walking them bitches. He don't ask you how to walk or for you to put them bitches on. Like, this is a grown man. When you in the presence of men like this, like, it's certain shit you don't get to do. It's certain stuff you don't get to say, certain tones you don't get to use. And I know some of y'all, you're too young-minded to understand what the fuck I'm explaining. You don't know the value in having a man around like this. A lot of y'all kids will turn out better if you had a nigga like this in your household instead of the ones y'all be having in there that be playing the video game with the jits all day and tell you on the kids when they do something wrong. But that's another lie for another day. I'm telling y'all some real ass shit. Grown men, it's certain shit you can't do. It's certain ways you can't move in their presence. It's certain stuff you can't say even when they are wrong. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? Everybody clear on this? So now if you got a nigga that you
All right, all right. I hope y'all can hear me. Man, shout out to my girl, Love Dorsey. Man, shout out to Love Dorsey. Bringing that heat, bringing that fire as always. And we're going to go ahead and get started with tonight's topic, and that is what she won't do. God got one that will. And this is something that is really imperative that we talk about tonight, because as I just spoke with John, as you heard earlier, is that if we, the black man and the black woman, we don't get our relationship and affairs together, we will be extinct. And with that being said, I wanted to, I'm not a preacher, nothing like that, but I wanted to take a text tonight from the book of Proverbs 31, right straight out of the King James Version Bible. And it reads as such. It says, the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. He says, what my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Right here on BZNZ, this is a world that is built on royalty. Okay, we are kings and queens, and also lords and ladies in this kingdom. And this young man, his mother is telling him, she said, do not give your strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth king. We're gonna stop right there. See, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. We as men must preserve our energy on these women. All right. We got to preserve our energy. We can't put all of our eggs in one basket. We got to vet these women. The same logic and the same advice that a lot of these self-made gurus, a lot of these counselors that's on TV, say women how to, they really talk strong to the women to teach them how to really handle themselves and handle their emotions. That can go for the men as well. Okay, we on the topic, the underlining topic of this is we talk about submission. See, listen to Love Dorsey. She was talking about, how you talk to a man. Hello, how do you talk to a man? We not, come on now, a lot of us, we grown. We're not in our 20s no more. Hell, some of us, we can already be in our 40s. We're not playing the reindeer games no more. We want to talk to each other like we should. But the problem is the outside influence that we allow to influence us. Love and hip hop, Cheaters, Food Network, and all these other, social media. This stuff is influencing us in negative ways that is hindering our relationship. But check this out. When you look at other nationalities, do you see them falling into the gap? Hello? Do you see them fall into the gap? These are questions that we got to ask tonight. These are questions. That same young lady, she teach every day. And she says something also about being feminine. She talks about how it is, she talk about, ladies, do yourself a favor and one day just go and put on a nice dress, put your makeup on if you wear makeup, put your lipstick on if you wear that, and do what? Sit there and smile and just bask in your femininity. Come on, let's read some more. I want to read some more. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Let's go to number 4. It said, "It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for a prince strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more." Stop right there. What that young man's mother is doing, she is teaching him how to handle himself as a young man. She is saying stuff to him that a lot of people, she's saying stuff to him that a lot of parents don't teach their children as a young age. Talking about drinking, letting them know the advantages and the disadvantages of drinking. Let's read some more. "Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." Ooh wee. "The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil." Stop right there. The heart of her husband safely trust in her. Trust is a big thing, y'all. Trust is huge in a relationship. Trust is also rare. I don't see too many relationships that's built on trust. You know what I see a lot of relationships built on? Fear, doubt, envy, jealousy, which brings me to another person. I don't have him pulled up. I'm not gonna read from him today. We spoke of him today, which is William Lynch. They came to the banks of the Jamestown rivers 300-400 years ago, and he said if you implement this correctly, this can happen for the next 300-400 years. That's what he teaches. That's what he says. And you know what? It's still going on. It is still going on. Why is people calling me while I'm going live? Don't call me while I'm going live. Don't call me. So that's what it's all about. It's not about a man saying bow down. And I really don't want to get into the whole interracial relationship situation anyway. But it's not about that. It's not about treating a woman as your footstool. But it's about taking your respective place. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna bring some people in, and I'm gonna drop some more heat. I'm gonna drop a little more heat, but I'm gonna let some people talk. Where John at? You ready, John? Let me see. Is he ready?
I'm ready, bro.
You ready, John?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Say something.
Well, you right on the money, time. I ain't really got no rebuttal against that. You know what I mean? I I got a monkey wrench to throw in there later for the show, but I want to leave that smoking gun for later in the show. What I was doing when you was reading, I was calling some people, telling them to call in and telling them what the topic was about, which was submission. So
Okay, let me look and see if we got people called in, because I can go back and do some more read, man, because this thing is good, man. This is something that we really need to think about. I'm gonna do some more read, man.
before you do that, Ty, just for the people that's for whatever reason can't see the screen or whatever, give them the number one time.
All right, the number is area code 323-870-4617.
Give it to them one more time.
Area code 323 I'm tripping. Area code 323-870-4617.
And press the number one to talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Press the number one to talk. Oh man. All right, let's get back. We're gonna get back doing a little more read, man, because this thing is good, man. This thing is real good. All right, so where was we at? Who can find a virtuous woman for her price is far above rubies? Can I get somebody that's in the chat room to put in the chat, if you watching, put in the chat the definition of virtuous? I want to see that. I want to see that. I'm gonna keep reading though. It says the heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Put in the chat the definition of trust. I want to read it. I want to read that. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Wow, man, come on, man. This is every man's dream right here. They talk about, people talk about the American dream. I got so much faith in the American dream. I'm about to digress right here real quick. Look, people. Stop putting your faith and trust in the government. I'm just keeping it real. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what? You have better chances of putting your faith and trust in a green tea smoothie versus the government, because you'll get more out of that green tea smoothie than you would the government. If we're gonna really call a spade a spade. All right. We just had the bozo send off and the bozo welcome. We just had that a couple weeks ago. And has your life got any better? Has your life got any better? But I guarantee you, tomorrow morning, if you drunk a green tea smoothie or a green leaf smoothie, within a couple hours, your life gonna get better. Let me keep on reading. Ain't nobody putting nothing in the chat room yet. Ain't nobody put the definitions that in the chat room, but we're gonna keep on reading. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. That sound like Ruth. How Ruth was working with her hands. She told Naomi that she wanted to go into the field and work with the other field hands. And so when Boaz came, he said, "Who is that over there in the field? That's the one that I want." She was out there working, y'all. Let me read some more. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. Pause. Pause. This, you know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like a lioness. Okay, because you know what a lioness does? A lioness, she does all of the killing. She brings back the food to the Lion King. It's only a few animals that the lioness can't take down, and that's when the Lion King comes up and he takes his rightful place. Come on, it says she rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. This is, you want to know, for like you want to know examples of submission, examples of love, examples of being a wife. That's it right there. That's it. But again, we live in a society today where you have people that say he better go do it as his damn self. He better do it his damn self. I ain't doing nothing for him. F him. Come on. Come on, like for real. Who taught you how to be like that? Is that how you want to be the rest of your life? Come on, let's read some more. She considered a field and buyeth it with the fruit of her hands. She planted a vineyard. Man, I need a tissue because I mean this is amazing. She planting a vineyard. What is that? That's like a garden. You got you some fruit, vegetables. She is looking out for her husband in a way till she like, you know what? I care how he eat. I want him to eat the best foods because I want to see my husband live. We talking about submission. Does any of that sound like, does anything that I've read today, does it sound like this woman has, I mean, does it sound like this woman has a man that's a Gestapo? Does it sound like this woman has a man that is demanding? Does this woman sound like does this woman sound like she got a husband that is acting like a Hitler? Let's read some more. She girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth out, not out. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretches out her hand to the poor. Yea, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. Wow, stop right there. She is now displaying acts of humanity. She is now allowing the spirit of God, which she already was doing in the previous verses that we read. But now she's allowing the spirit of God to really move on her in a way to where when she walked down the street, she's not just turning heads, but she's asking people. She got people asking her, "How did you become like that?" She's shining. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this, you ever been around a person that had such strong positive energy until they lit the whole room up when they walked in? Have you ever been around that type of person? Come on, let's read some more. I'm gonna open up these phone lines, but we having a good time tonight. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. Yeah, I know I skipped a couple verses. Let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, she is not afraid of the snow. For her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. Man, I'm gonna just stop right there because this thing is good, y'all. That that Proverbs 31 scripture right there is teaching men how to be men, and it's teaching women how to be women. Real talk. In this day, 2021. It's time out for the games, y'all. We can't. It's time out for the games. Stop listening to your negative friends. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all got friends that ain't had a man in 10, 20 years, but you have to let them influence you on how to run your relationship. Some of y'all been married to the same man. I mean, I'm not saying it's in a bad way, but some of y'all been married some of y'all been in a marriage for 20 years, but it should have been over with in 4 or 5 years, and you giving out false, misleading information. You got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing it. All right, let me open up here and let's hear from Mr. D, man. Let's see what Mr. D got going on tonight. How you doing, sir? Phone might be on mute.
Hello.
All right. How you doing, sir? What's going on?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Not a whole lot. Just looking at your freeze frame on TV here.
Oh, it's freezing.
Now I noticed you was quoting a few things from Proverbs,
Yes, sir.
but you didn't quote the mighty important part of Proverbs.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me what it is.
It says, a wise woman knows how to build her house.
Oh,
So if a wise woman knows how to build her house, she's gonna follow a few things that sister was talking about earlier in that clip.
yeah. Knowing how to talk to a man delicately, because not only do you submit to that
Yeah,
man, but you love
I
that
like the
man.
part. I like the part where she said. I like the part where she said, even if you're having a disagreement, you still gonna handle your tone correctly.
Right. Your tone
Like
got to be
that part.
correct. Yeah, the tone got to be correct, and I think that's part of the problem here in 2021. Women think they can talk crazy to a man. And I'm saying to a man. I ain't talking about today, man, but I've had women that's got me, and I done had married women that's got me and talk to me like I'm crazy. But then after I say what I say to them, they get upset because I tell them, like, you know, a sister, like, you got a lot of attitude. I'm like, I'm not gonna really engage you too much longer because you got a lot of attitude. I don't want to be disrespectful to you. But whatever it is, sister, you need to get that taken care of with your husband. And then they get upset. I'm like, well, I'm like, you got to get that taken care of with your husband because whatever it is, I think you got a problem with your husband right now. But since I happen to be a man, you taking it out on me.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and guzzle down a Pepsi, man, and listen in because you guys are doing pretty good there. Tell John, hey there, big brother John.
Don't run.
I'm checking out and getting a little bit of knowledge right here
Don't
on this,
run.
what they consider
Don't run.
what the European man has given you guys to call y'all Black History Month, the shortest month in the year.
No. I'm saying, no. Why you running though? Don't run. You talking about you about to sit back? Don't run.
Well, I ain't gonna exactly run. I'm just gonna go ahead and bezel down me a little Pepsi here, you know, because you're saying the little sister that had that clip, she was saying some good stuff. Vocabulary could have been a little bit sweeter.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, you got. I mean, she come. That's where she come from. She come from the hood, so she got to give them to her like that. That's who she attract. She attract the hood, so she got to give it to them in the hood way.
Yeah, well, she was laying it out there pretty good. She taught me a few words I forgot over the years.
Oh, okay. All right. Why, D? Don't go nowhere. We're gonna bring you right back.
All right, folks.
All right. I didn't know the situation. The video was freezing. Well, you know how it is. It freeze, but hey, we're gonna still talk. Virtuous. So I guess the people that's watching, they must have they weren't paying me no attention, but I got the definition pulled up right here. And it says having or showing high moral standards. That's rare. That's rare, sisters. Sisters, take heed. Take heed to this, sister. You want to be a virtuous woman, then you have to show high and moral standards. Let's look up the definition before I bring John. And I see, look who else we got in the building. We got John and Kiki in the building. Oh shoot. Boy. Kiki Wolf. They made it into the building. I need some sound effects. I need that pew 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 pew. I need that right now. But anyway, let's read what the definition of trust is. Oh man. Because this is big, y'all. This is big. Firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability or strength of someone or something. Acceptance of the truth of a statement without evidence or investigation. The state of being responsible for someone or something. I'll take the first one. Firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. Relations have to be built on trust. That's the sentence. And I can honestly say relationships. Some of the people I know that's in relationships, some of the people I know that I've been around in relationships, them things are not built on trust. They are built on fear. False evidence appearing real. Fear. We got to get out of that mindset. For real life, we got to get out of the mindset because we're going to be an extinct race. We're gonna be an extinct race. All right, let me bring in John and Kiki. If anybody else want to join us on screen, I can take some out and put some in. Let me know. I'm gonna let y'all do your thing now. I didn't say it enough. I might drop something later on, but go ahead. We got John and Kiki in the building. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all good? I'm mute
What's up,
yourself.
Kiki?
Unmute yourself.
I mute myself. I did. Hold on, I gotta scoot over or something.
Yeah, scoot on
What's
over.
up, Kiki?
I'm about to switch. I'm about to do something with the.
What it do? What it do, baby?
There we
Hey,
go.
how y'all doing?
We good. We good.
Everything's good.
That's good. That's good. What we hitting on?
Oh, okay. So you sat there all that time. Don't talk, John.
No, I was listening.
Sat there all that time, and now you
I want
a
a nice recap because I did not hear the young lady. Just give me a little taste.
Submission in relationships.
Okay.
Knowing when to shut the fuck up.
I knew you was gonna say it.
Okay. Hey, now Ty, now that Kiki's in the room, I think it's a good time for my monkey wrench, right?
Do it.
Okay, so we've been talking about really like women being submissive in relationships or whatever. So when I was a younger man, I was in church, and I remember saying a female pastor saying that you have no business submitting to any man if you're not married to him. She was like, you submit to God first, then when you get married, then you submit to that man. But she was like, you shouldn't be submitting to no man. What y'all think about that? What?
Be honest with you. Why was she a woman pastor?
She just was.
I mean, I want to know, why was she a woman pastor?
She just was.
I'm just saying, this ain't no sexist thing. But I've been hiding from the truth for a while, and the scriptures talk about a woman having lead over a man, over control over a man. So I just want to know, why was she? You said she just was, because I don't know that statement right there. She said, "Not unless he your husband." You know what? I give her credit on that. I do. But we living in a time where some people don't even do the government type wedding. Some people, they just do the common law type wedding, and there still should be an order of respect in that marriage. You know what I'm saying? That common law type marriage.
But I think it should go both ways. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
It's got to go both ways. First of all, I think it's a good idea if you have set that you're gonna be in this monogamous long-term relationship, and y'all both have that understanding. I think it's good for the couple to live together, so you can feel the likes, the dislikes of one another.
Absolutely.
And then when you say, okay, you know what, we've been living together for so and so much time, I'm ready to do it, then you can start getting into that role of, Well, let me be submissive about what he wants. Let me be submissive about what she wants. And that's how you bring it together.
Kiki, you about to fall asleep.
I'm
right?
really
I ain't
not.
gonna keep dropping bombs on y'all all night, man. I'm dropping fire tonight.
Drop the fire. I'm sitting back.
That was your fire. That's what you
That was
coming
my
with.
fire.
You know what's about to happen on the scene, man. I was just waiting my turn, man. But listen, okay, so you said a woman pastor said that. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. I agree. But we've already had this conversation when I said I'm not just going to be submissive to any man. Why would I be submissive to a man who's just my boyfriend? We don't know if we're gonna be together. We don't know. And let me be. I'm gonna try to be as clear as I can. That doesn't take back the respect that I would have for this man. You still respect him and all of that kind of stuff, but submissive, we're talking about something else. Submission is for my husband, man. And then on top of that, you said a woman pastor, and a woman is not supposed to be over a man. Man, come on with that, man. It's a lot of women out here that can lead better than a man. But we don't want to talk about that. But let me finish up. Because you do have a woman vice president, right?
Sure do.
Oh, okay.
We do have a woman vice president.
You talking about
and I'm loving it.
The Bozo welcome and send off. Okay.
I'm loving it.
Got you.
Now here in these streets, Tyron, you know there's laws of the land. There's also biblical principles, baby.
Read your screen. Just read the screen. The comments gonna start popping up. Just read the screen. The comments popping up. Go ahead. Now keep talking, but read the screen while you talking.
Well, and then let me get on John here, because normally we kind of think alike a little bit. He still ain't got one up on me. but we think something alike. But he said shacking up. So you should live with the person before you marry him. I get what you're saying, but I tell you this, you don't have to shack up to find out about somebody.
Well, that's true.
Just pay attention to the signs, the red flags. I promise you they'll show you before you enter that home and y'all chilling together like that. See, the thing with us is we start liking a person, we feeling a person. So what we do is those red flags that we get from the beginning, we disregard them because I feel some type of way about this person, man. I'm really feeling this person, man. And you'll find out in a couple of days or a couple years and months when you take your blinders off who you was dealing with. It don't take long, man. We overlook things.
I got a cake bake for you, Kiki.
I got a couple too, man, but I like chocolate, man.
Okay, I like cheesecake. Let's make it do what it do.
What it do? What it look like? Is it strawberry? Is it cherry?
Hey.
Is it turtle? Does it have nuts in it?
Hey, of course it's gonna have some nuts and the cherry gonna get popped. But hey, I'm saying this though. This is what I'm trying to say is that, okay, you say that you can't submit to just any man. Submission is for your husband. We're gonna stop right there because I gotta deal with something real quick. Okay, here's my thing.
Okay.
If you know that you only want to submit to a husband, and I'm not talking about you, Kiki, but I see this too many times and too many folks. They be with the nigga 5, 6, 7, 10 years, still talking about they only gonna submit to their husband. The way you been with this nigga for 10 years. So why are you gonna be with him so long? Just like you just said, John, you can see the signs. Well, if you see the signs, let the nigga go and get your husband.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I was in one for 20.
Did you ever
learning experience? I would never do it again, man. Real talk, man. That's how I can talk about it, because I done experienced it. So I want to help the next person get it quicker than what I did, man. You don't stay in that thing 10, 20 years, 5 years, and then figure out, man, you were sleeping with the enemy.
Wait.
We overlook
Ty,
stuff.
Can you go back to the what the young lady? Would you put up what the young lady said
Which one?
about the longest paragraph she had? Not
Okay.
the last, that one right there.
I just put it up. Yeah. Read
It
it. Go
says
ahead.
it has to be before. You should already be in the practice of your merge into one before the wedding. No need to shack, master singleness, communicate and spend time, but, and then what come after that?
That was it.
Okay.
Wait. Oh well. The next one she wrote was.
But you don't have to make your own way. Go his way.
This is fire bombs that's being dropped.
Now I agree with her, and I agree with y'all on that to a certain extent. But from my experience, it's the difference between shacking up and living together.
Okay.
If you're communicating with this person that you're living with, that you're in this monogamous relationship with, that you want this relationship to lead to something like marriage, and he's cool with that and he understands that, I don't see the problem with living together. Because living together, I believe, is certain things you can do when you're not living together. You know what I'm saying? Like, balancing certain things, maybe finances and things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of odd doing that in separate households, even if you spend all your time together. But when you're under one roof and you got the same bills, the same finance, we trying to get the same savings going. We trying to get, you know what I'm saying, save for this. Or maybe there's kids in the house. So we got to, make them a priority. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're under the same roof, I think and you're leading to a goal, I think it's different, because the end goal, the end result is marriage. I've seen it happen in a positive way a lot of times. Now, when you just shacking up and the shit goes south, oh yeah, man, we broke up, man. I got a new crib, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking to this new broad, It's the difference, Mary Kay, than Mary Kennedy. It's the difference between shacking up and living together. And I think people that's living together for a righteous goal is going to have a different result than people who are just shacking up. Holla at your boy.
So what's the difference between the two, though? Where do you see the difference in those two, other than just using two different words? It's all the same.
Because what
does shacking up mean?
Shacking up is.
What do you mean by when you say it?
What I mean when I say it is, this is my girlfriend. We shacking up, okay? We living together. We old school. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no kids. We travel. We do everything. We monogamous, but this is my girlfriend. But ain't nothing set in stone. You know what I'm saying? There's not a future to this relationship. If she cheat, knowing how I am, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? There is no nothing. We're shacking up. We're living together. You know what I mean? You know, I'm feeling her. She's feeling me. We've been together for a long time. We've been shacking up. There's no talk of marriage. There's no talk of sharing finances as far as, the basic necessities. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But if we're living together and we have a goal to say, hey, what you think about us getting married? If the conversation starts off with that and we're living together, then we're living together to reach a goal. You know what I'm saying? Which is marriage, which is a union under God. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nothing's wrong with that. You know what I mean? So
let me interrupt you just really quick. And I don't mean to interrupt you in a bad way, respectfully. You're basically saying that shacking up in your eyes is just no commitment. Because you said she your girl, but y'all don't discuss a whole lot of things. That's no commitment. That takes the commitment part out of that. But living together to you means y'all coming up with a common goal. I'm gonna tell you like this: 20-year relationship, 20-year relationship, marriage was the goal. Marriage didn't happen, man. And it wasn't just no, like, I look at shacking up and living together the same way. How is it any different? I mean, I get what you're trying to say, man. How you trying to throw it out there on the screen like that and kind of talk about it, but I don't know, man.
Well, let me.
Blessings.
What's up, Queen?
Is that Selena?
Oh, it is. I am definitely.
Man, the Queen is on the line, man.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yes,
this is what I've been waiting for. This is the title bout right here, Ty.
It is.
Hey, I'm sitting back. I didn't drop my fire. I'm probably drop a little more fire, but I'm gonna let y'all go ahead for a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So what y'all saying is there's no difference between shacking up and living together.
It's the same.
Those are the same exact words. Those are the same exact words with the same exact meaning. And even when you're talking, you talk very contradictory. And so you know what's written. He already done told you and everybody else. There is no fornication and there is no shacking up. When a man leaves he cleaves to his wife, not his girlfriend, not other women that he's supposed to be with, XYZ. All this stuff is made up stuff people want to do because that's just what they want to do. Instead of saying, I don't agree with God. I don't want to do what he says. I'm going to do what I say. Anytime you use the word but, you're negating what he said. You can't say, God said this, but I've experienced. He don't care what you experienced. He never asked you anything about yourself. He never asked you your opinion. He didn't ask you what you think. He wrote it. And he told you to obey. So the problem that we have out here is everybody want to do what they want to do. 1, 2, everybody wants to benefit. Nobody wants to be the one that goes out, and that's love. Love is when you don't benefit one thing, it costs you everything, because that was what was displayed on the cross. And that's the same love that we have to display with each other. Now, how is relationship formed? It's friendship. It is all friendship. You can go friendship all the way until you make the vow between you and God, not you and the other party. It is friendship. You don't have to split bills and stuff like that. You need to be mastering singleness, because you don't need to be relying on the party to pay bills, help out. You don't need that. You should be whole. And the mere fact that you will bring another party into your situation and you're not even a whole being is how people get damaged. And then you wonder why. You put them in a position to fail you. And then you wonder why it falls. You wonder why it fails. You decided not to go God's way. You said you weren't going to do it. And then you wonder why the results are as is. And then you do the same thing you saw when it fall. The blame game. It wasn't me, it was him. It wasn't me, it was the serpent. It wasn't me. No, it was you. It was you. And anytime you see him in a relationship and say, we broke up and it was them. No, babe, it was you. It was you. It was you not being mature. It was you not being an adult. It was you not following orders. He told you not to sleep with that man. He told you not to get married to that man. He told you not to recreate your own ideologies in your own imagery. That's what's happening in this world. That's what has taken place in this world. And then I heard y'all say, yep, we got a woman in the White House. What does that mean? It's not orderly. He has order in his kingdom. And what the world wants to do is put a Jezebel spirit in place to mislead all of us. And the way that we're misled is by them saying, oh, she's black. Oh, she's woman. But she lacks character. Every message that she gives, she lies. She doesn't answer anything straight. And y'all watch her do it. And then we'll co-sign it. But you're held accountable for your actions. They're not. They get ghetto passes. Oh, she black. Oh, she a woman. Oh, they political. Oh, they have power. But you going to jail. They'll kill you. There's no allowances made. So a woman being in that position, that don't mean nothing for us. If anything, that means that the world is going back the way that it was before he set it ablaze. And he set that ablaze with Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's coming back. All you see is death's culture. And that's men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women, and the usurp of authority over a man by a woman. And that's exactly the problem. God has orders. And it is man before us. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. And it don't take nothing away from a woman. Nothing. Be a woman. And the problem is you so busy in a man's business, you don't know what it is to be a woman. And then you got the nerve to tell him what it is to be a man. How do you know? You lack the balls for it. How do you know? And we out here reckless, saying anything, especially as women. I know I'm sick of it. We're not representing the kingdom. We're not representing God. We're misrepresenting him because he ain't down with none of this. It's written. He ain't down with none of it. He don't care about our excuses. He don't care about our experiences. He don't care about what you went through. He don't care about none of that. He care about his word. And he placed his word above even himself. He don't even care about you. That's a common misconception. When you look at John 3:16, people, the whole church, the church out here, pastors out here got people thinking that God so loved the world that he gave his only son for you. No, you go back and you read that from a kingdom mind and a kingdom perspective. God so loved the world, which was the cultural influence, his influence, lifestyle, will, and his way, that he gave his son, that whosoever believed, that means anybody else that believed in his will, his order, his way, could have a right to eternal life. So when you read that sentence and make it like it's everybody, then it contradicts the end. He loves his word more than himself, and he put that above himself, and he put that above you. And so if you love him, you obey it, and you don't give no excuse why. Just because you want to shack up, just because you want to have sex, say that. But don't make him out to be the heavy. Don't use his words. Don't use his words to justify your actions, or don't use his words to say, yeah, but and. No, it ain't no yeah, but and. Just state his fact, or don't say nothing about him at all. Say things about you. Because using him, it don't go together. You got to be one to the other. Even God said, I'm sorry, this is my last statement. Even God said, you can't serve two masters. He encourages you. Serve one or the other wholeheartedly. So if you're going to serve yourself, do it to the best of your ability. Stop going back, running back, trying to get God to co-sign your mess. He's not down for it and never been. Y'all got an illusion of a God that they recreated and repainted for y'all. That ain't him. You got to go back and read that thing for yourself. He's a king. These are orders. They are mandates. They're not suggestions, and they're not up for discussion, and they're not never been up for debate. So y'all got to go back and say this right. And I mean it for real, because don't misrepresent him. We're public. We're public. People are looking at us. People follow us. People believe us. And they believe that we're following the God, and he's saying it. Look at all of us on here. And we're all saying different things that God said. Which one is it that he said?
But my whole problem with that is when you talk about relationships, you're coming from a religious perspective.
No, I'm not.
Not
I'm
every
not religious.
couple.
I'm not religious. Let me be very clear. I don't practice any religion. I practice the kingdom. And I'm coming from a law perspective. I'm talking about a legal perspective. When you are in a relationship with somebody, you're not married, you have no rights, sir. You can't go to nobody and say where you been, where you at, where you was. You have no rights. This is legality. This don't have nothing to do with nothing else. They trying to make it like it's just relationship. No, this is about legal. You don't have a right to another person. So you can't say where they go, where they been, who they with. You can't tell them what to do. And then women, and let's be clear too, when you have given up your right, came down and accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior, you gave up your rights to the kingdom. You don't have a say in nothing else. Your say now becomes his say. So we need to stop practicing and playing like we follow God, and stop playing in these churches, which is the religious order, and get back under the submission of his authority.
Come on now.
Stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. And this ain't religion. This is legal. And this is about kingdom citizenship.
However you I don't know if we'll say word it, kingdom, religion. Most people call it a religion. We don't have to say that's how you say it, but most people say
it's
religion.
How he say it. So it's okay.
When you come from that perspective, everybody's not putting God in this equation. We are, but the world is not. And we're talking about relationships.
That's why I go.
And everybody's not putting that in the equation. You know what I'm saying?
So your formula is messed up. So when you start, this is a whole math assignment. When you started out with your formula, you didn't plug in the right things, and then it came out to crap, and then you looking at somebody to blame. It's you. Plug in the right form, the things of the formula. What do you
But
want?
who's saying?
Everybody want God to come and change and fix stuff. No, he gave us the power to do it. He said, greater is he that is in us. Greater things. We would do greater things than Jesus did on the cross. We don't believe that. We pity pat and play with that. Greater. So my thing is plug in the formula, man. If you ain't gonna plug in that formula, leave him totally out the equation. Don't mention his name. Mention your name, because that's you. And you got your whole stamp of approval on that. And you ain't even got the money on the wood to make none of that all good. None of it. You ain't got the coins in the bank to solidify any of the decisions that you're making to plan against God. He has a plan. He has an order. And guess what? It's not about you. It's to benefit that other person that needs it. And you so selfish. We're so selfish. We're still thinking about ourselves. And we need our men. We need our men to stand up and stop running behind these becoming jellyback men running behind these women. That's the problem.
So how do we?
That's what happened.
How do we get under the same yoke if we're not under the same roof?
King, you teach. You be a model, King. You win over your spouse by your conversation. All you got to do is model it. Stand in your home. Be of order in your home. Who cares if she walk out? Let her walk. What you scared of? You a king. You a king.
Mm-hmm.
Let her walk. Do you know how many of them out here? It's more women than it is men. Let her walk. Let her little rebellious self walk.
It is, but that don't work for everybody.
Let her go. And that's the attitude that's out.
That is, but that don't work for everybody.
No, it does work for everybody. It works for men that have a spine and they put their foot down. That's who it works for. Now, if you jelly back and like King was talking about yesterday, you a beta male, then no, it ain't gonna work for you because you jelly back and you scared to stand.
What if that's what the man wants?
What man would want to follow behind a woman, King? That ain't no man. That's not.
No, I didn't say follow. I didn't say follow. This is a union. This is a union together. This is something that they both came up with, and they said, "Hey."
They came up with. That's not nothing they came up with. That's something that a woman has come up with and will plant that into the mind of a man. Look at who we are. Do you understand our power?
No. Absolutely not.
Oh no, that's
absolutely not.
That's not true.
A woman can't make me do nothing I want to do.
That was the primary.
If I want to live with that woman, then I want to live with that woman.
Example in the fall. When you look at the fall, King, we didn't fall until Adam ate of the fruit. When Eve ate, nothing happened because the law wasn't given to her. It was when she did the enticing and got him to eat and go against God. That's how it is, and that's women of today. That's women.
But how was that revelate to me wanting to live with a woman?
Because you should not want to live with a woman. If you want to live with a woman, marry her, King. Stop playing her. Stop playing yourself.
But I did marry her.
Okay.
But I did marry her.
So then what you talking about then? We're saying the same thing then.
Because I don't see nothing wrong with it.
You don't see nothing wrong with shacking up. Let me tell you what's wrong with it. God has a problem with it. You follow God. God has a problem with it. And because he has a problem with it, guess what? You're under his submission and authority. And because you're under his submission and authority, you now have a problem with it. Do you understand?
And this is my belief. We as human beings,
there you go.
As human beings, you don't know what an almighty God wants. You don't know what an almighty God wants as a human being because you read it in a book that another man rewritten. You don't know what the almighty God wants in a book. But let me tell you, what I do know. If you have a personal relationship with God because you do what you're supposed to do, which is pray and everything like that. And I've been in this situation. My first situation I was in, I said, God, if this is the relationship that you want me to be in, make it so. If not, take this cup from me. He gave me sign after sign. He took the cup from me. It was over. I said, now, God, if this is the time that you want me to be in a new relationship, send me a wife, send me a woman. And that's what he did. So because my belief that he was sending this woman, he sent this woman came from God, which I asked God for. I saw no problem with building a kingdom with this woman and staying with this woman only a year before we got married. Nothing's wrong with that. I think that's the problem with us. because of what I call religion, because of what we've learned, we tend to put God in a box and said, because of this book that we read, God does not like this. God does not like that. How can we know as human beings what an all omnipotent being wants? God is above us. We've been cut off from God years ago. The only relationship, the only tunnel and channel that we have to God was Jesus Christ. We can't say what an almighty God wants because he's above us. You know what I mean? So we have to get a relationship for ourselves. What God may want me to do, God may not want you to do.
That's not
what
true.
may be good for me,
God might gonna make up anything. You gonna just make up anything?
That's the truth.
That's not true. Listen to what I'm saying. You started your whole sentence off by saying what I think. That's already telling me that you plan to go against God. He wrote it. You can't believe certain stuff and then don't believe the rest. It's you have to be all the way across the board, bro. And yeah, he may have sent you a wife, but he's not gonna send you a wife and then tell you to go against his word too. That's not God. Like, stop playing with him. Stop.
Who wrote that word?
And that's the problem. Let me
Who wrote that word?
Listen, he wrote it. It was inspired by him, just like we're doing it now. And when you say God is above us, hold on, King. God is in us, bruh. He is us, bruh. So don't say that. That's not true. He's in us. He's operating in us. Like, it's written. And so when you say we don't know what God said, no, bro, you don't know because you didn't read. Take the time out.
I've read what a man wrote.
Bro, you've read. You've read, bro. You've read and you've listened to what you've been told. Tell yourself the truth, bro. This about you. Tell you the truth. You read it and you listened to what was told to you as opposed to what is revealed to you. And I know that for a fact. That's what I'm telling you. I know you ain't ready. And everything that he told you to do, he told me to do. What he told you to obey, he told me to obey. We ain't got different laws. If it was different laws,
but we got the same book though, right?
Hold on, Keith. Hold on. We don't have different laws. If there's different laws, that means lawlessness permits. He doesn't live under no lawlessness.
But it came out the same book though, right?
Bro, yes. Yeah. The
Who
same
wrote the
one
book?
that I read, you read, right? The same one.
Who wrote the book?
Bro, who he inspired to write it. There are different authors of it. But just like we're writing now, like I'm a writer. I'm writing a book called Stuck at the Door. Guess who wrote the book? It ain't me. He reveals to me what he wants me to write. I'm reading in the book, in the Bible too. So you can just because
for a fact those words were changed, right?
You say what?
I say, you know for a fact that those books that was inspired by men from God, those books were left out and some were changed, right?
Some things were left out intentionally, but his word is still true, bro. In the beginning, God. You ain't got to read nothing else. You can stop right there. He has declared who he is. And just that enough is enough for you to obey him. That's it. You ain't got to go further than nothing. Nothing else has to be inspired to you. The beginning.
Let Kiki come in for a minute, y'all. Let Kiki go ahead because I know Kiki got something to say. Then we're gonna kick it over to D. We're gonna kick it over to D. Go ahead, Kiki.
This is a hot topic, baby. It's a hot subject.
I already know.
When it comes to this is why, and I'm gonna just say this. This is why it is hard to have conversations. This is why you can't have conversations like this. And it's not bad to have a conversation. We can debate all day, man. But this is why you can't have conversations even in the workplace about politics,
right,
and religion. Because what you'll find is that even though we're all sitting here and we all have a certain belief, at the end of the day, your belief is your belief, your view, and I'm just saying, this is to all parties, man. This is just not to one person, man. This is to all parties. At the end of the day, respect what it is, man. And I know we're not sitting here arguing like that, but it's a heated discussion. It's a heated discussion. So I would love to even go deeper, but I'm writing stuff down, and I had to get my thoughts together, because at the end of the day, each individual believes what they believe. My question to John was, shacking up and living together is simply the same to me. But I don't, the thing is this, we're all individuals. So what happens is you have your own perspective of things. I'm just speaking truth, man. I'm just saying what it is. You have your own perspective, your own belief, and how you believe things, and how that works for you. At the end of the day, I believe God, man. And I know what a situation got me in, man. I know about the talks with me about get out of this now, and I didn't. My disobedience. And so at the end of the day, I have to pay for my disobedience when dealing with God, man. Because I was supposed to be set apart, man. I'm not supposed to do what everybody else do, man. But I did it. I did it. And I am paying the price to this day, man. And if you don't do it by God's law, there's a price to pay for it, man.
Come on.
I'm just saying, it's a price to pay for it, because he's already given it to you. He already showed you how to live it. The Bible is nothing but the instruction to life, baby. And who wrote it, whether we believe it or not, and we whatever, that's why you build a relationship with God. Have a conversation. See what God wants you to do about your life and the things that go on. I promise you, you'll get an answer. But guess what? You were given a choice as well. The choice is yours. What will you choose? I'm done.
Hey, let me step over before we bring D in. Let me step over here to the chat room. Bad Big B, shout out to him. You an idiot. You an idiot. Talk about she been blowing that good. Bad, you crazy, man. We got D in the building. He in the chat room, lighting up the chat. Of course, we had Queen Selena in there here lighting up the chat earlier. Who else we got? My girl Shannon. Miss Shannon, she was in the chat. Shout out to all y'all, man. Love all y'all. But D, let me click on D's mic. You should have got your grandson to help you set up that link so you could be on the screen with us. But holler at us, D.
Hey, boss.
Yes, yes, sir.
Let me holler at you for a minute, boss. Can you catch what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to say this real quick and fast, because I'm catching you on both ends of the fence. I'm hearing you on the computer and the TV.
Turn one of them down.
But here's the setup.
Turn
First
that
of
TV
all,
down.
let's set the record straight. If you're going to go by what if you're going to go according to what the King James Version says, which is go and take you a wife. It didn't say nothing about getting you a marriage certificate. Therefore, that clears the way for shacking up. Now, I know somebody's smoking on that. On the other end of the fence, there was a comment about a woman pastor. First of all, if a lady's going to be pastoring a church and she's teaching the people out of the King James Version, let us understand one thing. She is wrong, because the Bible says in the book of Timothy, I suffer a woman not to teach nor usher authority over no man.
Come on.
So if she's pastoring the church, she's over the deacons of the church, which makes her a sinner from the beginning.
No,
so
ain't no way.
She says a lie from
ain't no way she gonna be pastoring over me.
So if you want to change it and say we're going with what things are today, let me give you a scripture from your King James Version. It says, Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. Okay? So you don't change it for today. You take today and live it for like it was in the Bible days. That's what the scripture's for. Because it says, I believe Sister Selena would jump on this with me. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was made flesh and dwelled down among us.
Right.
Now, if you're going to change the Word, then that means you're changing God. Okay, so in terms of relationship, you have to understand everybody is not going to be saved according to the King James Version. And let us understand, I'm gonna help you out, John. You are 420,000% correct. A man did manipulate and work the King James Version. That's why I call it the tampered with King James Version. Because if you read it, it says this version is the way King James wanted it put together.
All right.
But let me help you out also. There are hidden mysteries,
Yes, sir.
in the way that King James put it together for those that really want to go back with God and to receive the Spirit of God. He will unravel to them the hidden, and it's come out of his own words, the hidden mysteries of the gospel. In other words, he will unravel to them so they can find the correct way to get back with him. If you don't believe me, and Sister Kiki said something about everybody got their own beliefs and everything. Okay, they can have their own beliefs. But if you go to the book of St. Mark, the very last chapter and the very last verse, it says that God, Jesus, the people that was teaching and preaching his gospel, he showed the people that he was with those that was teaching and preaching his gospel. It's the very last verse of the last chapter in St. Mark. So you can look at that and see what you want. But so forth and shacking up is a terminology that was put together by a man, because the Bible says he told this man to go get you a wife, go take you a wife. So if he tell you to go take a wife and to go get a wife, then where does man-made rule come in that says you got to have a paper, you got to stand before the justice of the peace?
Come on.
That ain't in the King James Version. It ain't in the King James Version.
No.
But if you commit yourself to the person that you're with and they commit themselves to you, you're already married.
Come on.
Oh, somebody might want to show me in the tampered with King James Version where Adam and Eve had a marriage certificate.
Come on.
Oh, no, maybe somebody want to show me where Moses had a marriage certificate.
Come on.
Okay, man, I'm going to drink a Pepsi and go ahead and let the girls. I'm going to let them go at it because that's so, true knowledge is hurtful to some people.
Hey, okay. You know what? I'm gonna hop in there now. I got to say something now, man. Hey, that's what I'm talking about when I say being, you know what I'm saying, actually thinking for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We got to think for ourselves. You know, you allow the government to tell you that you need you need a ring and you got to sign this damn marriage certificate. God ain't okay. We got Selena there talking about the law and kingdom. You don't see that when we reading these scriptures. You don't see that talking about you got to go sign this, you got to go get a ring. But back in the day, before rings, they used to have watches. They used to have watches to seal a marriage. Then it evolved into a ring. What was it before a watch? Come on, that's what I'm saying, man. We got to stop just going with the norm. That's what I'm talking about. That silliness, man. We, well, my mama was a Democrat, so I'm gonna be a Democrat. My daddy was a Republican, so I'm gonna be a Republican. But you don't know what the hell these two government agencies or whatever the hell they are. You don't know what they got in store for you. But just because your mama was one, I'm gonna be one. So again, that's what I'm saying. You gotta read this thing for yourself. You gotta do this thing for yourself, and that's what we talking about tonight. What she won't do, God got one that will. And we're not even being vulgar or sexual, you know what I'm saying? But we talking about, you know what I'm saying, just the basic things that this woman was supposed to do as a child. I look at, you know what, here in the city that I'm driving in, I drive a lot of Latino and Hispanic children on the bus. I see these children, these little girls, little boys. I see how their parents talk to them. I see how their parents, walk them to the bus. Very intimate. They are intimate with their children. The children are intimate with their parents. The parents is teaching them courtesy. These parents are telling them, they say, what do you say to the bus driver? They say, thank you for the ride, Mr. Bus Driver. They speak to me like they are an adult. They talk to me like I am an adult. Our people, black people, Lord help us. We don't even want to get on now. We don't want to get on now. But I'm just saying this is stuff that's being taught at a young age. These kids is like in second, third grade. So what you think gonna happen when these kids get in like let me see, these kids get in like grown and now they're in their adulthood? Those same traits of being respectful, being hospitable to adults and to each other is going to be carried into their relationship. Therefore, it's going to bring down the divorce rate here in America. That's going to bring down the divorce rate because theirs going to be solid. You want to know why? Because this is stuff that they was learning as a kid. They was learning how to treat each other with respect. They weren't learning as a kid, and I'm about to really go in. They weren't, I know a lot of kids, black kids, they mama get them Cosmo to read. They get them Vogue magazine. What the hell a kid got business doing reading this bullshit? Not at all. They don't have no reason to be reading that you a damn kid. You know what I'm saying? They giving them this. They teaching them the social game rules on how to manipulate a man. I know parents that are doing this. Women that's bitter at the father of their children, and they teaching the girls don't date no man like your daddy, because your daddy, excuse my language, y'all, your daddy ain't shit. Come on now. Ladies, you have got to tap back into that feminine side. I was talking to a young lady today on my page. She said that she didn't feel comfortable being feminine with the man she was with before the man she with now. She said that the man that she with now was the one that allowed her to let out her femininity. But if you're a queen 24/7, and you don't need no man to dictate or to bring out your queendom. That's something that's supposed to already be inside of you. We're gonna wrap this thing up. It's almost 10 o'clock Eastern, and it's almost 9 o'clock Central Standard Time here. So we're gonna go around the room. Oh, I see John to pop back in. We're gonna go around the room and we want to hear from everybody. Give us your final thoughts. I normally give you 1 minute. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes because I know you bubbling. You got a lot to say. So let's start off with we're gonna start off with Kiki.
Can I go last?
All right, John. Hold on. I ain't even added John to the stream. Hold on, let me add John. All right, John, go ahead.
What's up, man? Fire conversation tonight. I really enjoyed it. I've been waiting for this for a while, man. Technology is something else, ain't it? If we can't be in the studio, we social distance and can still get on screen, still put it on YouTube. And be mindful, everybody. You can go back and watch this on YouTube. We on Facebook Live. You know what I'm saying? So support BZNZ. My final thought, man, is just a real good conversation, man. Sometimes we get deep in religion a little bit, or our own beliefs. But I respect everybody's own beliefs, and I just think that whatever we can do to make ourselves better at the end of the day, that's what we should do, and we should love each other. You know what I'm saying? Especially our brothers and sisters and every other human being. So make sure you love yourself, you protect yourself, because we living in some crazy times right now, and look after one another. It's Big John. Shout out to the Bronx, GIB. It's BZNZ all day.
Shout out to the Bronx, GIB. Shout out to GP, Westside, right by Lou Wallace, L Dub, Horace Man, Word, Westside. All right, John, man, appreciate it, bro. Let me see, Queen Salida, I want to hear from you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, yeah. Again, it's like rare occasions that me and D agree, my lord. This is probably like the second time. It's really scary for me. But no, for real. Now, bro was on some major points, and he's right. Like, when you want to go ahead and go and play, we're gonna play with the Bible, then let's look at the real words that's written. And another thing too, you ain't got to worry about what he wrote in the book, because he said, I wrote it in your heart. I wrote it right here. So you know that it's my word, and you know that when you align it with what is written, or you align it with what is written, it don't add up. And a lot of the times is it's really just us. Like we were just listening to, on the Rock Queen show, and they were saying, look at issues. It's you. The issue is that it's you. You know what I'm saying? So listen, master singleness. All right. Study the art of friendship before you get into any relationship. You need to be whole. You need to be one. And then understand this. He has order. He don't care about your story. He don't care about your tears. He don't care about what you've been through. He has order, and he ain't changing that for you. It is better for you to go ahead and get in line, because if you belong to him, just like Queen was saying, you're going to pay the price for your disobedience. And the problem with that is it's consequences that you now cannot control. The one thing you had control over was that decision. And you could have decided to stay with your main decision, which was, I come to you, Lord. I'm under you. I surrender all them little songs you be crying to in church when you come to the front. All that. That one decision was the predicate for everything else. So you don't have to say, hey, when I get here, do I love or hate? You already chose love back there, bro. So, and that's the commandment that we as kingdom citizens are to follow. The rest of that stuff is religion. That's how you go from 10 commandments to 613 laws. It is just love God, love people, not your way, and not in a way that it benefits you, but his way, the cross way, the same love that he gave to you, and he didn't ask you for nothing, and still ain't asking you for nothing. It's the same love that you give to another person, never asking for anything in return. Love y'all.
Come on. Thank you, Queen. Love you too, Queen. All right. The queen of BZNZ. You better bring it, or you might get muted.
Oh man, come on, man. I done already drunk it. It just happens like that. But you know, man, I will say this, man. I agree with Selena when she said, man, you and D don't never sometimes y'all ain't on the same page. But me and D are never on the same page, man. And he just be in my inbox all the time. And so, you know, it is what it is when it comes to that. Now I'm just playing Mr. D. But I will say this. Everyone has a story. Never sleep on the next person's story, man. Let's just help each other and get each other through, man. Love on top of everything, man. God is love, man. So all we got to do is love on each other and try to make this thing work, man. We make too many excuses about how we do things out here in life. And excuses, sometimes it get you killed. I'm done.
All right, there, boss.
All right,
Queen.
All right, Queen. Kiki, we got D. Go ahead, D. Drop the high fire on us.
Hey, man, I couldn't hear none of that was going on in the background. I heard you come through clear, but the other people that was talking in the background, I couldn't even hear them.
Oh,
but
man.
I'm going to get ready to shut it out and say this. To the ladies, queens, all you ladies are queens, and you ought to be, well, I'm going to say it like it's not you ought to, but let the femininity of yourself stand out. I mean, we got enough guys running around here trying to be women. So women need to be women, and men need to be men. Ain't no such thing as a beta man.
Come on.
Either he's an alpha man or he's nothing.
Ooh. Ooh-wee.
And I didn't mean to hit you. I didn't mean to hit y'all so hard with those scriptures. But see, you have to understand, everybody that listens or everybody that says that they're of God and want to be with God don't want to be with him. That's why a lot of people make mistakes and they forget about the word that says don't use the word of God as a cloak. Now, when you start putting and, is, but, and whatever in the word of God, then you're changing the word.
Right.
And when you change the word, you change God. So therefore, you know, you have to put it in its right place. He did not come and die for everybody in the world because there's already a predesignated number of people in the hell regardless. So,
come on now.
So,
throw
you know,
that fire.
it's up to us to do the best we can. It's up for us to do the best we can to try and make it in. That's why he said, if the righteous scarcely make it in, you know. So, in terms of relationships, most people that you see in relationships, God didn't put them there in the first place. Come on, let's get it together. God didn't put them there, so therefore we cannot use the word of God on them and against them, because if God didn't put them together, it's going to be helter-skelter from the beginning.
Come on.
And for a lot of women that want to for a lot of women that don't like the word submissive, you're basically saying that you don't like to be submitted yourself unto God. That's why you got a problem with the word submissive.
Come on,
and there
D.
is no such
Come
thing
on.
as submissive to your. There is no such thing as submissive to your husband if you can't be submissive to your boyfriend. Because see, you have to look at this thing for what it's worth. The church is supposed to be the training ground for everybody that said they going up with the Lord. So if that's your training ground, but then once you get in church, you're supposed to be on your way to making it with the Lord. And, you know, if a woman cannot be submissive to her boyfriend, what makes her think that she can be submissive to God? Because the word of God lets you know that when a woman marries a man, she no longer has a God. She has made her husband her God, and she is to reverence her husband as unto God, because when she marries a man, she puts that man between her and God. That's in your tampered with King James Version. So let's get it together. Let's take a word from Michael Jackson, and I'm going to say this and go get a Pepsi.
Okay.
Let's take a word from Michael Jackson when he was younger. He said, get it together or leave it alone. Hey, love you guys, man. I enjoy beating up on y'all.
Man.
Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next go round.
Oh man, thank you, man. Oh man, thank you, D. That was wow. D just dropped some bars, y'all. He dropped some bars. Appreciate that, bro. Man. Well, this way, yikes. This what a show, man. What a great show, powerful show, man. Yeah, man, add to all of that was said is that seriously, for real, this is what I'm talking about, using your brain. Like for real. If when you hear the word submission and you tense up and you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you got all this resistance, you pulling, you're not ready. Shout out to the Rock True single group. We have our shows on Wednesdays. Shout out to Selena. She she asked me to host that platform, and that's what we've been speaking about. As we talked about yesterday. Are you prepared? Are you really ready for a friendship or a relationship? Are you ready for that? You know what I'm saying? And part of it is, you know, not just your mentality, but even with the way you dress. Are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Like if you up in my face with a what up, John?
I just wanted to ask for Selena's show. Is that on
you just interrupt me. What up?
I ain't mean to interrupt you. I just want to ask for that show that y'all do with Selena. Where can I catch that show at?
Oh, I share it on my page. I share it on Selena's page. Because are you friends with Selena?
I should be.
So. Yeah.
It's a go on the page.
Yeah, we post.
When do y'all do it?
And then
Wednesdays at 7 Eastern.
Yeah, your time.
Wednesdays at 7. Okay. Okay.
Tune in, man. Tune in.
I get off at 7, so around 7:20, 7:30, I should be.
Okay, cool.
Come
cool.
I'm serious.
We're gonna have a good time.
Come on, King.
I definitely will.
I love Kings. You don't understand. Like I love to say no for real, bro. Like it was one show you guys had. It was you, Ant was on here. That was the first time I agreed with D. My Lord, you D, like when I tell y'all was like Kings.
Well.
I love Kings. Come on, King.
Wait, who was on the show?
It was you. It was John. It was Mr. D. I know Mr. Cappy came in and out, and Ant came on that day.
And I had Ant on the show.
Yes. Gosh, he called in one day and then he stayed the whole time.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did call
Yep.
in. I
Yep,
remember that. I
Yep.
yep,
remember
yep. I remember
that.
that.
Yep.
Sure did. I
Yep.
didn't know.
And
I
y'all was
forgot all about him calling
pinging.
in. I forgot all
Woo!
about man.
Woo! That show was so powerful. I'm serious. Like, and then what was really powerful about
Man,
it
remind me what show
it
that
was
was.
coming from y'all voices, huh?
Remind me what show that was, because I
I
cannot
probably gotta go.
remember.
I don't know how to go back and kind of like catalog you.
Okay, please do, because I got to go back and look for that show.
Yeah,
Oh
it was.
man. Oops.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's okay. No, that show was really dope. And what really
Okay.
made that show dope, it was really primarily men. And to hear you guys speak as men, like that was the dopest show ever for me. Like, and that's what, and I'm not even gonna lie, like that prompted me to do Rock You Kings.
And you
And
know
so
what? I'm
we
gonna
have a
say
full
this.
staff yet for that, but yeah.
I'm glad you said that. You said that it was. You said you enjoyed it coming from men, and that's the
Yes.
point. This
Yes.
world that we live, this world that we live in, they're spending lots of their time trying to mute the voice of a
Yes.
real 100%
Yes.
man. And you
Yes.
talk about jelly bag. That's the thing. They're allowing the jelly bags, the
Yeah.
spineless men, to take over the world. But a
Take the
real
voice.
man that's not falling for the BS,
Yeah.
they don't want you around.
They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. And that was such a dope show, Kings. Like, for real. And to hear you guys speak as men, y'all hit on about children. Y'all was hitting on like all the things that
I
even
gotta
our
go find that
children
show.
need to know,
I
and
gotta go.
other men needed to hear. Like, and then it was like certain things came up. I remember just about supporting each other as men and different. So, like I said, that ended up like sparking me, like, ooh, Rock True Kings, you know. So,
Okay. Okay.
y'all, yeah.
All right, cool. Check us out, ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday, 7 Eastern. I'm gonna go and finish close this thing out. But absolutely, y'all. This is what it's all about for real. Using your brain, not allowing other people to think for you. Think for yourself, okay? And also what I was saying with the being prepared is not just with the mental, but with the way you dress, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like the way you dress does have an effect on how a person may view you and how a person may speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Some women, they get upset when a man approaches them and asks for some sex, but you know what I'm saying? What were you selling when your presentation of that man? When you came into that man's presence, was you selling? I mean, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't looking at you as a queen. He probably was like, "Hey, that's some good pussy right there that I can devour real quick." I'm not tripping on either one, but I'm just saying it's all about how you come and present yourself. Like if you first walk up to me and sit on my lap, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, hey, it's getting ready to be a rodeo show. But if you come to me and sit next to me on your throne like the queen that you are, I'm like, okay, we got a marathon. We got a marathon. I gotta gird up. Okay, I gotta gird up. Let me button this top shirt up and this top button because I see what time it is. Okay, it's that time now that okay, I gotta I gotta dress the part because a queen, she just sat on the right hand of the father. Ooh, she just sat on the right hand, y'all. And if this queen is sitting on the right hand, we can ready to do some things. You know what I'm saying? We about to do some things. We about to build an empire, y'all. We about to have legacy in the building. All right, okay. That's what I'm talking about. I done got fired back up again. We've been here a whole nother hour. But for real, that and then I'm gonna say my final last point, and we're gonna shut this thing down. Drink you some water. Oh man, I threw my water bottle over there. Drink you some water for real. Like if you want to really tap into your true femininity, men, if you want to tap into that true masculine side, because here goes some health facts that I know about estrogen. They said that the more belly fat that a man has, the more estrogen. They say that belly fat causes a man to have an estrogen overload. So that's why I'm up here trying to do these push-ups and sit-ups and stuff because I'm not trying to have no overload of estrogen. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take my vitamins that produce testosterone because I want to speak with the voice of God. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to speak with the voice of a jellyback or a spineless Negro. You know what I'm saying? We got too many of those already in our world. We got too many of those. You know, too many of them are leading I ain't gonna say congregations, but they're leading people. You know what I'm saying? We just got too many. So it's time for the real men to stand up. So that's why I say real men drink water. We got to work our bowels off. You know what I'm saying? We got to work our bowels off. You know what I'm saying? I talked about the pig. People got upset about the pig. Look, I'm not saying don't eat the damn thing. Eat whatever you want. Eat as much as you want. I'm just gonna give you the facts is that hey, these pigs are rebellious animals. These pigs wallow around and slop, and they do all this silly stuff. You know what I'm saying? They do all this silly stuff. And if you consume so much of that damn thing, your mentality is gonna be like him, and you're gonna be acting very buffoonish. But if you drinking that green tea smoothie or a green leaf smoothie, if you drinking any of that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna detox yourself, you're gonna cleanse yourself from that, and then you're gonna feel it's gonna cause you to feel much better, and it's gonna allow you to take on a different persona. Just like reading the scriptures or reading another book that's positive for the soul. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a safe weekend. It is snowing pretty bad over here where I'm at. I know they said it's snowing in Indianapolis, snowing in Gary. Be safe out there this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Begin to love yourself first, and then love others. You know what I'm saying? Tell them you love them. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to let the true person that you are come out and shine. Peace. Be blessed.
Peace.